All right, guys, first Wednesday of the year. I had to think about what day it was. I feel like we haven't seen each other in a while, but like I've seen y'all. Um, Proud of you guys for kicking off Control Freak strong. It's super awesome to see so many of our teammates in there just crushing it. A couple things that we wanted to highlight. So obviously with the hub, you guys have seen there's a lot of people in there. And so I would just give you permission to kind of reflect and check yourself, right? Like make sure your business and your journey is serving you. And if it's too much with all the notifications, guess what? You can turn them off and decide when you want to check in every day. If the bod group is your place to check in more and that works for you, do that. I know for some of you, the hub's very new. And I think it's a good reminder for all of us since there's so many of us. I don't read every post and comment in there. I don't have time for that. But that we can trust each other to know, okay, there's going to be somebody in there to help. Just like in our message pod, I don't check that 24/7. So, like my coach, Melanie, was in there today asking questions, and it didn't work for me time wise. I know Amanda's working now, so she might not be available at 6 a.m. when all of us are up doing our thing. So just remember that you can trust and lean on your team, and you guys don't have to do everything or look at everything. I just wanted to remind you of that. That's the beauty of our team. So bless and release the stress and allow yourself to know it's just a place to have that connection and community, however it works for you and your challengers, all right? As well as your coaches. And then coming up in 2 weeks, if you guys have any challengers or coaches, well, challengers from the Control Freak test group that you feel are really crushing it, we're looking for a couple people to speak on our team call in 2 weeks because number one, it'll be a great way for them to kind of feel empowered and speak as a potential coach in the future. But number two, we're going to kind of interview them and we'll give them a few questions ahead of time for them to share, like, how many times did their coach invite them? How did they find their coach? Why did they trust them? Why did they commit? That sort of thing. So we can kind of remind ourselves we need to follow up. This is what they liked about my Instagram page, or this is what they were looking for, so that you guys can continue to tailor how you're speaking and what you're sharing and connecting and that sort of thing. I personally always love doing it because I think it's a good reminder to all of us, like, inviting matters, right? Posting consistently matters, that sort of thing. Um, and then I guess just to give you guys a heads up that we're in the works of planning a Diamond Dash for February. So I'm really excited about it because I feel like Team Cup sometimes gets underutilized, and they're going to be announcing more about it at Super Saturday this weekend, which is another good reminder. At 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is Super Saturday this weekend. It'll be recorded if you can't make it on live, but we can totally hop on the Zoom workout link and stream it together if that's something you guys want to do. Just throw in the coach pod and we can get on and watch it together because I miss everybody. Just saying. Um, but the Diamond Dash will be at the end of February. So if you have any speakers that you guys know of that are Diamond and above that you think would be great, we're going to tailor it to be simple and really based on accountability because we're all busy. So it's not going to be a million calls or videos or that sort of thing. It would be like once or twice a week a video, and then just accountability for your power hour, probably like 5 times a week. If you do it 5 times a week, you'd be entered to get a gift card each week. And then it would set you up to qualify for Diamond by the end of the first quarter. Make sense? We'll get details about it. I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. Did I miss anything, Jess or Morgan?
Oh, the only thing I would mention, am I
You're good.
echoing?
You're fine.
Okay, it's just me hearing my own echo. So I'll deal with it. But I was going to mention that we have a second round of 9-week Control Freak starting on January 25th. So remember, as you're going through your own journey right now, to be inviting to that as well.
Yeah, good call. Always remember team calendars pinned to the top of the hub. So that's there. And you guys don't have to wait to post either. I think that, like we said, there's like a lot of activity going on right now and it can be a lot. But like if you are seeing something that's helping you, whether it's in your business or your health journey, the hub is the open forum for any of us to share. And I know I don't want to see myself talk all the time. So feel free to pop in and give whatever's speaking to you. All right. So we are going to have Ashley on tonight, but she's running a little bit late. So Jess and I wanted to go through what the qualifications for Elite and Premier are this year. And if you're anything maybe like me, who is someone who has never achieved any of these things, you probably might be thinking, like, I could never do that, or I don't really think that that's my goal. Um, I mean, I looked at this for many years and have seen many of my friends far surpass me. My teams missed it by one day and 1% to hit Premier back in, I don't know, 2016 or something. So if that can tell you anything, you can work full time, you can have other obligations, you can have lots going on, and you can still make this happen. And to me, when you approach it from the aspect of like not a business goal, it's just like Success Club, right? If you focus on Success Club, it doesn't happen. But when you focus on the people and you focus on the impact and you focus on, okay, I need to set concrete goals along the way to make this happen because it's a big goal, like buying a house. You can't just go like unload that amount of cash. You have to save it every single month. That's to me is how Elite and Premier is. So it's being intentional and focused about your business. And to me, it's a clear, concrete thing that you guys can work towards and bring your best friends along with you that you might not even know yet, that might not be on your team, that might not be in your downline. So we just wanted to go through and make it really clear on what it actually is and how you get there. Do you want to add anything, Jess?
Nope, I'm ready for you to pull up the screen and we'll go through it together.
Cool. Is that too
small? I think it looks good for me. Everybody else, I guess if you're on a phone, it might be a little small.
Good, thumbs up. I can see Emily. Is it good? Okay, cool.
So the first thing I just want to point out is it says FAQ 2059. This is the Cliff Notes version, the part where we are keeping it simple for you just to share what it is, what are the qualifications, where you need to be looking in your coach office, but there is more details. So you can go to FAQ 2059 and look it up yourself, and then ask your coach if you have questions on specific wording or stuff like that.
Yeah, we'll send this to you guys after the call too, so you don't have to like rush down and write a bunch of things. But I mean, in my mind, the first team builder section is what we're all going to be pushing for this first quarter, and it perfectly aligns to Cup and Control Freak and the Diamond Dash, because you guys can see all it takes is becoming Diamond, which if you're a brand new coach, that's basically 12 people in your organization. It's not hard. It's just being intentional and focused and sharing all aspects of your team and helping other coaches grow too. And then serving your customers, right? Like to me, the volume part of it is ensuring how are your coaches having their Shakeology and logging them in the BOD group, right? On a weekly basis. Is that something you're tracking and recognizing and that sort of thing? The points come naturally when you are consistent with the 4 vitals, right? So let's kind of go into like, how do you earn those leadership points? And again, I really want you guys to just focus on tracking this first column, this first quarter.
One thing I'll mention on that is your coach office will give you an update on the points per Beachbody on the second Friday of every month. So the second Friday of February, you'll get January's update. And I don't know if I can add that in here and show you exactly like what part of the coach office to look at, but that is something where it'll be nice to check in on the second Friday of the month and know, hey, here's my official points.
Yeah, that will only apply though if you're Diamond and above.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. My bad.
Fun fact. So get to Diamond so you can see your progress. All right, so how do you earn points? You are hitting Success Club each month, and then you're helping a 2020 or 2021 coach hit Success Club. So 2 points when you and a newer coach hit Success Club. Easy. The second category is new coaches. So any new coach that enrolls this year earns their first Success Club point in that month they sign up for the following month. So they're helping their first customer or coach in their first 2 months. You get a point. So again, that's helping your new coaches get started right, using the classroom, plugging them into the things you guys already have access to, and you don't have to reinvent the wheel. And then the last thing, again, to me, this category comes, you get more points throughout the year. So, like, it's kind of weighted in the last quarters of the year, just because if you're signing up a new coach or customer this month and they're staying on Shakeology all year, that volume's going to build, right? And you're going to continue to add more customers and coaches to your organization while the January, February, March people are staying consistent and on their products and that sort of thing. So your coach can always go through that. I see the chat, so let me open that up. Okay, so Jess corrected me. I guess if you're an emerald, you can now see it. So thank you for correcting me. Does that make sense for earning points? So basically, you're hitting Success Club, you're helping new coaches help their first new customer, and you're helping your organization stay excited about new programs, continuing to be on their supplements, continuing to be consistent on their journey. Jess, you want to talk about your tracker? Oh, sorry.
Yes, sure. I was muting myself because y'all don't need to hear me eating. So this part, the leadership points, this is a thing that you can print out. And each month when you go into your coach office, you can update. I think it's really cool to see how the things compound, specifically with that acquisition PV. As you say, you sign up a coach or a customer at the beginning of January, every month that they continue to order in 2021, you'll continue to be adding towards that volume bucket. And so not only are your new 2021 customers adding, but the people that you signed in 2021 in previous months from the year are going to continue to build that momentum. So it may start out as just a few points and then it continues to build up, which is really nice, and you'll be able to track that. You'll also see in the report from the coach office that it will tell you your team elite ranking. So if you have seen where Beachbody recognizes the top 10 coaches in the network, that is, oh yeah, I guess it's good to combine these two. That is actually their team elite ranking, which is based on points. It has nothing to do with their rank as a coach, or if their team hit elite or stuff like that. It truly is the points that are going into this road to elite, which truly shows like that's success is leaving clues, right? That's what we need to be focusing on to grow our business. So they are giving you the points that go towards the road to elite that we went up over in the first page, plus for your ranking within the Beachbody network, they'll also include a few more points, which are listed in these three scenarios. So people who are in your direct, personally sponsored coaches who are increasing in Star Diamond rank, basically it's you're helping them grow as a leader. Your PS Success Starters. So these are the people who are hitting Success Club for the first 3 out of their 6 months as a new coach. They also are getting the test group qual, which is huge to be in a future test group. And then this is a new thing this year, this new market promotion for UK and France coaches. But just know that these are points that aren't qualifying you for the elite program. They're just going towards your actual ranking as a coach / team, right? Because any ranking that you have as a coach is because of your team in the network. So that's pretty much what this is. I would say the second page, the one that we were at just before, that's the one that I print, and that's the one that I fill out month on month and look at for growth, right? Are there any questions so far? I think the last slide will be really key in terms of volume for week leg, but I just want to check the chat.
Yeah, so just to give you guys kind of like what I would do for myself and what you guys can do for yourself is take a minute before Super Saturday and write down who are your PS coaches right now and how do and then make a bucket for each category. So like, who is my new 2021 coaches? And if you haven't signed in any yet, guess what? Make your dream team list. Obviously these can be discount coaches or coaches, but think about who's in your category. So, for example, for Success Club, that's any coach from 2020 or 2021. So I'll go through my entire organization and say, okay, who enrolled in 2020 that is going to contribute to this category? I want to make sure that I'm checking in with them, that I'm asking them about their goals this year, that I am empowering them to plug into the team calls or get on a coach sneak peek to reinvigorate their journey, or simply just recognizing the crap out of them and reminding them how much they inspire other people. The best way I like to get challengers to realize they could be a great coach, we were just talking about it before the call, ask them to go live in the hub or make a video on YouTube with you to talk about their journey and how it's impacted their life. Sometimes you just have to put people in the position of being a coach before they know they are, if that makes sense. Um, and you never know what it could come from. So I'll sit down and say, okay, these are all my 2020 and my potential 2021 lists. These are the categories they apply to, and I know who I need to be checking in on, whose accounts I need to watch. Um, but approaching it from the aspect of recognizing the heck out of them and also communicating what your vision or goals are. So, like, I don't have a problem. Allie's my PS coach. We're going to have a call in the next week, and I'm going to tell her, look, this is my goal for our team this year, but I want to know what your goals are. And I want you to know where you contribute, because she contributes to that 25-point category when she advances to diamond and 1 star and every star diamond she's going to get this year. And I'm not going to be bashful at telling her that. And that's something that I've struggled with in the past of like, I don't know what they're going to think or what they're going to say. But guys, your team doesn't know unless you tell them, right? So don't be bashful in saying, hey guys, I don't know how, but I want you to know how you could contribute if you want to be a part of this. Because that poll in our message pod this week, what did that show? That you guys like being a part of something big together. And to me, that's exactly what Elite and Premier is.
Love it. Goosebumps.
Sorry, got on my soapbox.
No, you're good.
All right, last page, and then hopefully we'll grab Ashley.
Yeah, she's on. I saw her. So the one of those categories for each step of the road to elite is calculating your total TV, which stands for team volume, week leg volume, over a period of 5 consecutive weeks. So I put on to the right side like the whole spiel from the FAQ, what it says it's defined as. Long story short, what you need to know is it's the number that counts for this calculation is on a week by week basis, the lowest number. You may be in a business where typically your right side is the bigger numbers, and you might call that your strong leg, but this is truly calculated on a week by week basis and not what your usual business looks like. So I took an example from a coach, and I took a screenshot of their back office and basically said, okay, we're going to look at these 5 weeks and show you the math that goes behind it. So for these 5 weeks, which are consecutive, we're going to calculate what is their total team volume, week leg volume that contributes towards their road to elite qualification, right? So if we scroll down just a little bit, you'll see I like make it bigger, and I'm going to show you the one that qualifies, that gets added up. It's the smallest from each individual week. Does that make sense? So it switched in that 1 week of September 9th because that one leg was lower, but then it flipped back the other week. You add those 5 up, and that's the number that gets you the qualification, which for the first level team builder is 1,000, team leaders 2,500, then 4,000 for premier and 5,000 for elite. And I'm sure Danielle is going to do a much better job explaining it than me, but that is basically built by having coaches who are working the business and having discount coaches who are committed to the products by continuing to order their Shakeology and Performance or whatever it is that they have on subscription.
Yeah, I mean, I think the main thing, guys, is like, don't get too in the weeds. Just know when you're excited about your journey, you're authentically sharing it consistently. You're recognizing the crap out of your people for showing up and being consistent themselves. That cycle will be contagious, right? Because it's just energy yields energy, which I know Ashley's going to probably take down the house on. But we just wanted to put it in front of you. We will send that PDF in the chat, and don't be afraid to set big goals. I mean, after 2020, like, why the hell not? Like, why can't we have a million coaches in here that are consistently hitting Success Club, that are consistently building organizations of their teams that they love, that are earning the trip for next year, which I can't wait to find out where it is, because I want more of y'all there with me. I don't want to go on trips by myself anymore. So whatever your goal is, make a promise to yourself that you're going to follow through with it this year, because it's totally possible. And I'm going to be right there fighting with you because I've never done it. So we'll be in it together.
Hey, terrible joke, but I bet those people that went to Washington today had a goal of getting into the Senate. Sorry, it's that kind of day. I'm just like, I need something to laugh about.
Totally cool, girl. All right. I don't want to bog down too much. I'm going to let Ashley speak her heart because I know that's what she does best. Sorry to give you guys a lot of numbers, but again, we'll give you the PDF and the message pod, and we wanted to just kind of set the tone, dream big, go for it. All right, Ashley, floor is yours.
All right, so I lost my notes, but we're gonna just go into this all willy-nilly. But okay, so goals. In the past, when I've set goals for myself, I tend to not align with why I want to attain this goal. And it a lot of times boils down to how other people view me or how I want to be viewed as, and which is all good and fine. But I think the biggest thing that I want to focus on in this talk is aligning with your goals. And I want you to think of your goals as your self-care. So even like you have goals, like you want to get to diamond, you want to get to emerald, whatever these goals are, that isn't what's going to get you there, having that goal. It's the small steps, the small things that get you there. So even thinking about how you want your day to go, how you want your week to go, you perform better whenever you're feeling your best. So again, going back to goals being your self-care, how do you want to live your everyday? Because I'm going to tell you something right now. I'm sure you guys have noticed I've kind of taken a step back. And it's because I really have wanted to dive deep within and figure out what my true why is in all of this and why I haven't felt very aligned with it. So I don't know if you guys have ever done the 5 why exercise. I do this regularly, and I do it with everything. I do it with choosing between 2 different colors. I had a photo shoot today, family photo shoot, and I had trouble choosing between 2 different shoes. So I'm going to even use this 5 why exercise on what I did with my damn shoes today. So I had these open toe shoes, and then I had these super high nude looking shoes. And my why, okay, why does this even matter? Why does it boil down to shoes? Why do I care about the shoes? It's like, okay, well, you know, this is the first time that I've dressed up. I've been a mom. I've been stuck in quarantine. I want to feel sexy. I want to feel good. Okay, so that's a why. Okay, why do I want to feel sexy? Why do I want to feel good? It's because, okay, I'm a new mom. I've kind of got lost in myself. I never put on makeup anymore. So it boils down to me wanting to feel good about myself. Why do I want to, oh, thank you, lipstick. Why do I want to feel good about myself? Because when I don't feel good about myself, everything around me falls apart. Everything from my daily duties of being a mom, showing up as a coach, taking care of myself, drinking water and eating my vegetables. Okay, why do I care about those things? Because I want to live a long, healthy life and be there for my child and my children's children. Okay, why do I care about that? Well, that's obvious because I've realized in 2020, that's what's important to me is my family. I've been home with nothing but my family and my heart is full because of them. So I want to continue living in that bliss of family. So it kind of boils down to my why. I wanted to look good in my shoes because I want to feel good about myself and I want to perform well for my family so that I can live in that bliss. So I want this to be a little bit interactive because everybody has a different way of setting their goals and attaining their goals. For me, I love the vision board. It works for me sometimes. Sometimes I just make lists on lists on lists, and that helps me. So if anybody real quick just wants to come off mute and give me a couple of ways that you go after your goals. You can say a vision board, you can say lists, you can say, I don't really, they just kind of become attained. as I go out through life, however you want to say. Morgan, I'm going to call on you.
I was just typing in the chat actually. I don't know if this is the answer you were looking for, but the way that I reach for my goals is by having other people hold me accountable to them, because I know I won't do it by myself.
Why do you think that is?
Because I'm a people pleaser and I put other people's happiness and stuff above myself.
No, I feel you. Me too. So kind of bouncing off of that and going back to the why. So yeah, I'm the same way. Having people hold me accountable definitely gets me going, but I don't always have someone to hold me accountable. And also I don't want to have to depend on other people to hold me accountable. So how can you find that drive within you? So real quick, if everybody has a pen and paper or a notes, or if you want to take mental notes, think of goals you want to attain, desires that you have in your life, whether it's anything. It can be something like, oh, I want to have beautiful skin. I want to eventually dye my hair a crazy color. I want to get that Jeep I've always dreamed of. Whatever it is, your desires. Don't feel guilty about your desires. I think nowadays, a lot of people are shamed in feeling like that we're not supposed to get what we want. Like we're not supposed to feel so good. We're only supposed to feel so good. We're only supposed to get a little bit of what we want. Even if it includes materialistic things, like there's nothing wrong with that. If you're a good person, if you show love, if you're supportive to the people around you, there's nothing wrong with wanting material things. So your goals, your desires, but also your values. So something that I hadn't really thought of much, of course, until I had a child, were my values. I mean, yes, more or less, but the values that I want to teach, the values that I want to reflect in my son. Other things that you want to incorporate into your life. So like scheduling, that's a bad way of saying it, routines. I was never really someone who had a routine, but that's something that I would like to incorporate into my life. Other topics, your family. If there's some beef you need to pan out, put it down. Your career, whether it's your coaching business, where do you want this coaching business to be? And where do you want to incorporate it into your life? Your home, your hobbies, money, travel. So it really helps me to get specific in these goals. And with my vision board, I really, really got specific. So I'm going to give you a really good example. I want a washer and dryer. But to go a little more specific into attaining this goal, I wanted either a blue set, a red set, or a black set. I wanted it to be pre-owned because I don't want to pay a shit ton. And I wanted to pay no more than $400. And that's a lot to ask. I don't know if you guys go on Marketplace or Craigslist, the cheapest you can get a set is like $500. So for me to try and manifest that and make that as a goal, and there's a little bit of manifestation in there, but there's work put into it. I'm always checking, I'm negotiating, whatever it is. Okay, today actually, I got a blue set for $300, you guys. Oh my God, I didn't think that was gonna come. So anyways, be specific with your vision, because it's not even so much about manifesting that exact thing, but it helps knowing what you want. I'm gonna say that again in a different way. So I think a lot of times when I have trouble accomplishing a goal, it's because I don't know what I really want. I don't know, another example, in the coaching world, I want to be successful. But what does that really mean? I want to be a diamond coach. I want to make 6 figures a month. I want to help X amount of people. Be a little more specific in what you want. Put a number to it. So if it is diamond you're after, then you write the steps to take them and be specific. If being a diamond coach means waking up at 6 a.m. and having your power hour first thing in the morning, then write that down. And if you don't do that this week, don't feel bad, because the first week, first month even, is just thinking about it. And I want you to think about it every single day. So write down all of your goals, read them, think about them, spend some time with them. And I do that with my vision board. So who here has a vision board? Anybody? A Pinterest board even? Pinterest board? Okay. So a Pinterest board is a great, it's good and it's not. I like having something really in my face. And so that's why I go for a vision board. Hold on, I do have some notes here.
I was just gonna unmute myself. I haven't made mine for this year, but last year I actually went on Groupon and I think it was like $8 and had my vision board that I made on Canva printed on my mouse pad. So like I literally was looking at it every day and it was like $8 as a mouse pad, colorful. It was so cool. I'm totally doing it again.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, and the thing about like a vision board, there's no wrong way to do it. My vision board is a work in progress. So I did it a few months ago, and every time I see something new, I post it on there. Or I started with making a list of my specifics. So another thing that I want you to really think about whenever putting down your goals is not to put any limitations on yourself. In your mind, just imagine the rainbows and the glitter and the unicorns and let yourself dream, because it feels good to dream. You want to get those endorphins going. You want to get yourself feeling good about your goals and wanting to attain them and getting excited about them. Whatever your goals are, envision them. And it's more than just manifestation. Like I said, it's like getting your endorphins going and getting yourself excited about them. So even like working out, I don't always feel like working out, but a way that I get myself excited about it is like envisioning myself working out, envisioning myself losing that weight, and envisioning myself enjoying my delicious ass Shakeology after, because that's what I look forward to. And so that's what gets me going. And so if anybody wants to speak up right now and anything that they're struggling with when it comes to goal setting and achieving your goals, I'd like to hear a little more on that.
So I think that like one thing I struggle with, sometimes it's like I'll come up with a goal, but my negative self-talk is like immediately like, oh, that's a nice goal, but too bad you're never gonna get there. Like, and it's not like, I mean, that's something that I've gotten better about with like positive self-talk when it comes to myself, like who I am as a person, where I'm at with my body. Like, I don't know, and I don't know where I heard it. I don't know if it was from somebody in here or where else, but somebody recommended like, okay, so that body part that you hate, like start saying positive things about it. So like I carry all my weight in my stomach. I always have. I've never had a little like I've never had a tiny flat stomach. I don't really, and I'm okay if I never do. But one thing I noticed is that when I started saying, you know what, but I'm thankful for my stomach because I know when I'm full, I know when I'm hungry, I know when I'm thirsty. It, digests my food for the like, and it was crazy how just doing that really helped change how I saw that part of my body. So like that's one thing that I really like struggle with. I'm not very good at setting goals and making them happen because I struggle with follow through.
So going back to that, like what would be your why? And I think I did not a very good job explaining the why exercise. So you want to ask yourself why 5 times with literally anything. Why you want something? Why do you want to achieve this goal? Why do you want to incorporate this new lifestyle? Why is that so important to you? Why is it so important to you to like how you look? Why is it so important to whatever it is that you're trying to achieve? The more superficial the reason, the easier it is to abandon that mission. So I think for you specifically, really aligning with that why. And so would you feel comfortable doing that right now, that exercise?
Yeah, I've done
Okay.
5 whys before. So like we actually use it at school, like when we're doing stuff for like the campus. Our principal on one of the committees, like when we're trying to figure out how to fix problems with our culture at campus or different things, it's like why, like, so yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so let's pick a goal real quick. Any goal.
Okay. So I love my car, but I just had to put $800 into it. It needs another $200 put into it. And I'm fine with putting that money into it right now. But eventually, I want a newer version of it. But I want this, like, I want a Ford Edge. I want it to have all the bells and whistles that it has. Like, the only reason I have a car with leather seats and stuff is because it was my dad's first, right? But I want a car. I want a Kentucky blue because they have that color. I want a Kentucky blue Ford Edge. I want it to have all the bells and whistles. I would like for it to be 4 years old. You know.
I love how specific you're being. And like write that
And
specific.
I
It's not
do
a word,
not
but
want
write that
dark
down.
interior. Like, I don't want beige interior. I don't want black interior. I want like gray interior. Like,
Okay, now why do you want that vehicle?
I absolutely love my vehicle. Like, I love it, love it, love it. I love the size of it. I'm short. I love being in an SUV because when I'm driving, I have a much easier time like seeing. Like, I feel a lot safer. I have plenty of room. So like if I need to, like if I buy something, like if I buy a shelf at Walmart for my house, or I buy something, like I have the capability of getting it to my house myself. I don't have to depend on somebody else getting it here for me. It's comfortable for traveling. Like if I go on trips, like, there's plenty of room for all of us and all of our luggage, whomever goes. It's comfortable for long trips. I've driven it to Kentucky and back multiple times. It is, my dream car has always been a Lexus RX 450, but like I love the Ford Edge, like, because I'm also like, that's a lot of money. I'm not sure, like, thinking about, do I want to purchase a car that is actually equal to the salary that I make in a year? No, that's not really a wise decision, right? So I like the Ford Edge because it reminds me of the Lexus, but it's not as expensive. Like,
Okay, so if I'm hearing you correct, you like it because of the convenience, the comfortability, and all that. So why are those things important to you? The comfortability, the convenience.
So the convenience is because like I'm not married, my parents are older now, like being able to take care of those things myself is important to me. Like it allows me some independence, in some situations. Not that I have any issue with being dependent on anybody else, but like knowing I can take care of things myself.
Okay, so why is your independence important to you then?
Mm. Wow, that one's tough. Like,
and if you can't, that's okay. Think about it. But this is how deep we want to get with our goals, because it is a lot deeper than, oh, I just love the look of it and it feels good. It is so much more than that. And connecting with those goals is literally the key. It's been the key to me, for me. And like before, I had this branch of goals. And now I have these 3 main goals that align with me so well that I finally am beginning to find some peace with my goals, and I have a healthy relationship with my goals. And so that's why like I'm preaching this 5 why, because and it's the way you do it and going deeper and deeper into that of why. So I don't know.
Okay, no, I can tell you. And I can tell you because my car needed $800 worth of work, right? And luckily I had my attendance bonus from work. And I had like somehow and I really don't know where it came from, but like I had extra money somehow, like probably because of not going out to eat as much or whatever. I was able to pay for those repairs without having to ask my parents for money. And like the last time it happened, I had to borrow it just for a couple weeks, but I still had to borrow it. So I think that oh geez. Okay, so part of it too is like my dad's health is not the like his memory's getting worse, and Like he constantly is like, do you need anything? Can I help you with anything? And I tell him no. And he's like, well, I still want to take care of you. And so I think part of it is like, I'm hoping that he will get to a point where he realizes like, it's not that I don't need him anymore, but like, I can take care of myself. I want him to, I guess, have that peace, like that he doesn't have to worry about his baby girl. Like she's okay and she's gonna be okay.
And so that's your why. And that's so deep. And so next time you're going after that goal, and that's what you think of, because you want him to have peace. You want him to be proud of you. You want to have that independence.
Oh, I didn't even realize.
Oh, you're on mute. You're on mute.
I didn't even realize that's what it was, like at all.
Yeah, I mean, these are deep and they get scary. They definitely do. But I mean, that's why something that seems materialistic or seems silly, like choosing a pair of shoes, goes a lot deeper than that. And so aligning with your goals rather than just saying, I want diamond, I want to make this much money, I want to lose this much weight. It is so much deeper than that. And like, yes, those are symptoms of the goal that you are achieving, that you get to feel these amazing things. But there's so much, it's just so much deeper than that. And I mean, we just witnessed with you, which is why I kind of wanted to do an example of the exercise, because it's more than just, oh, I love the color. Oh, it's comfortable and it makes me happy. Yes, all of those.
I'm glad you're recording this because I don't remember all the answers. So
Well, thank you so much for opening up, by the way. Vulnerability is so hard. It's so hard.
yeah, I share a lot. Like that's just who I am. Like I don't know. I've never had an issue with that. Like not to like be like, oh, but I think it's an innate characteristic of like who I am.
Yeah, no, me too. Me too. I cut my hair on live one time. Actually, twice now. That's happened like twice. The last time I dyed my hair, I don't even know what color. But okay. All right. So that was powerful. And again, thank you so much for sharing. It's not easy. And so going back to abandoning all your hope, all your not your hopes. Don't abandon your hopes. Abandon your doubts, your limitations. If you could do absolutely anything you wanted with your life, regardless of money, regardless of location, your resources, what would it be? What would it be? And it doesn't always necessarily, because when I think of that, I'm like, oh, I want to live in this green field with rainbows and butterflies and all that. But it's not so much the destination, it's the feeling that gives you. So again, I keep going back to these surface answers that we have for ourselves of what we want, and that there's a much deeper meaning to all of that. So again, going back to my vision of sitting in a grass field and wanting to be by butterflies and unicorns, like without, with the magic wand question, if I can have anything I wanted with the magic wand, I could have that. That's obviously not attainable in this life, but it's not about that being attainable. It's about how that makes me feel. And it makes me feel safe, and it makes me feel at peace, and it makes me feel happy and joyful and giggly. And so finding that other thing that makes me feel those things, whether it's a new routine, a new job, a new lover, children, whatever is going to give you that feeling. And remember, whenever you're setting your goals, you're planning out the life, you want to plan out the goals and the life that's perfect for you, which is not going to be the same as everybody else. So whenever you're setting your goals, take a minute to meditate, to daydream, journal about all the things that you want to be, all the things that you would like to have, all of the goals that you would like to achieve, and just kind of brain dump and brainstorm. Brain dumping is like one of the best things I don't know, I do it daily because I can't sleep without doing it. My mind will just keep going and going and going and going. Goal setting, you also want to be in a very good, peaceful headspace. So light your candles, take a bath, pour that glass or two of wine, whatever it is you got to do. to get those juices flowing. I'm going to go back to being specific about your goals again. So you want more money. You want to be specific about that money. Put a dollar amount to that money. All right, like I said, you guys, I'm going willy-nilly here because I had this all set up and I cannot find my notes anywhere. Today has been hectic as heck. But would you guys be interested in doing like a vision board workshop again? Because I did one a couple months ago and I'm going to be re-upping my vision board. And if you guys want to be a part of that, we can do that all together.
You can totally make it an event in the hub, by the way, too. So like customers can participate.
Okay, hell yeah. That'd be fun. Okay. Now, does anybody have any questions or anybody that wants to do the why exercise? Because I will say that it does help to have someone else do it with you to get really, really deep.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe to take not as much time, we can always schedule a time for Ashley to do a live like in the hub, or if you guys want to connect with your coach and do a Zoom call and record it, that might be cool to like share some of our why exercises, and you guys have time to think about your goals over the next week and like schedule a one-on-one with your upline or Ashley, and you guys can record it or not or whatever you want to do. But that
Yeah,
was
if you guys want to come vent to me, talk to me, brainstorm, I am in the process of becoming a life coach and career coach, and I'm offering free sessions right now. So if you guys want to brainstorm anything, if you want to cry to me, if you want to talk shit about your stepmom or whoever the fuck, I will listen. Okay. I am here for you, my homegirls.
That was awesome though. And thank you, Kristen, for being a
Yes, thank you, Kristen. You saved me.
group.
too.
Y'all should do this, seriously. Because I always say I'm gonna do the stuff, but like that was deep and I loved it.
I always cry when I do my whys too. Okay. It's crazy.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys. I appreciate for you guys being here. Make sure you take your picture and get it on your Instagram story because you showed up the first Wednesday of the month. And let's keep the control freak vibes going.
Thank you guys for listening.
Yes, keep sharing in the pod, and Jess will drop the PDF that we shared so you guys can have access to that. So thank you, Ashley. You're the best, and Kristen. And we'll see you guys next week.